Yes, you're all welcome, and thank you very much for joining in today for today's EduTech course. And we are looking at module 3.4. 3.4, module 3.4 is going to be looking at supporting EduTech integration and innovations. And we have been looking at various modules before where we have looked at education technology. And our strategy, we have come up with a framework starting from computers and content, a school acquiring the computers and having the content on the computers, having connectivity, having collaboration among teachers. We have looked at all these things, competencies and the community. Here we are a community, and members here on call, we have sessions to learn various competencies. And today we are going to be looking at more, after all these things, how do we ensure that whatever we are doing, the education technology, that the computers we have come up with, the content we have put together, the infrastructure that we have set, how do we make it continue, flourishing? How do we get the teachers to continue integrating, and the learners to also continue innovating, using technology for innovation? So that's what we are going to be looking at today. I want to thank everyone who has come in. I want to encourage members to register. We have our registration link that we are having. I'm going to be putting that link in the chat. So try to register as we start our session, and also during the session. The link is there. Yes, so I'm going to be inviting our speaker for today. Our speaker for today, I think she is logged on. Let me see our speaker for today. Okay. Our speaker. Okay. Our speaker is not yet on. Just let us just wait a minute. I think she's connecting. Okay. Madam Nora, are you on now? Should be able to unmute.
Yes, I'm on. Good evening, members. Namgwere Betsenora. I'm an EduTech trainer. with the Sharebility Uganda. Today, I'm going to take you through this unit. In this unit, we explore practical strategies for strengthening ICT use in our schools. Where you are in a school leader, teacher, or ICT champion, your role is important in building a sustainable culture of EduTech adoption and innovation. Here we will discuss how to organize impactful ICT training sessions for staff development, build a culture of continuous learning and adaptability, start up EdTech clubs and peer support for innovation, collaborate with the external partners for tools, training, and resources. Now, in this upper photo, I was training in Nakibale. I was training teachers. Then also down, I was also training learners. So that is what we are going to concentrate on today. Next slide. Teachers are key drivers of digital transformation. Training equips them with the confidence, skills, and mindset to effectively use technology in teaching, assessment, and administration. So when teachers are trained, they gain confidence. So they were training in Imuni University. Tips for planning a successful workshop. Now here we are going to look at the different tips. Conduct a quick ICT skill audit to assess current gaps. Align training with what staffs actually need, e.g. content creation, integration, report marking, etc. Tailor sessions for subject teachers, administrators, and ICT patrons. Use local champions or external facilitators where possible. Combine technical skills plus pedagogy. Let teachers practice with hands-on activities. Document sessions with photos, videos for reporting and motivation. Schedule follow-up support sessions. So now here in the tips, mostly when we are going to start a workshop, we usually ask teachers, what do you expect? Or what do you want to learn about? Or if the administrators contact us, we ask, what are your expectations? So we always also combine technical skills and pedagogy. Next slide. Now, technology envelops faster, like it changes with time. Schools must build a staff culture that embraces change, learns continuously, and adapts confidence to new tools and approach. So we should always adopt to new tools. Now the teachers who have graduated now, they are like digital natives. They are being taken through IT at an early age. Yet these other teachers, the old teachers, are just learning in the process. So here we shall have some key strategies to build this culture. Embrace ICT in routine tasks. Encourage teachers to type these schemes. We shall encourage teachers to type their schemes, model it from the top. Now we can also encourage the administrators to also use digital tools, normalize digital conversation, start up a WhatsApp group or Google Sheets, then you share with the different people in the staff. Celebrate efforts and progress. So you can reward the teacher who has done ICT, who is promoting ICT, who has embraced ICT. Create a tech corner in the classroom. You can make your one corner, then you display ICT tools, ICT devices. Then in this image, is also, remember, creating an environment where learners and experimenting with ICT becomes part of the school's DNA. So we should always make sure that ICT is the school's DNA. Next slide. Now here we are going to discuss how to start and run a club. What I know, everyone has different ways of starting a club, but we have come up with these points. Document clearly the aims and objectives and plan the activities of the club. Share a club proposal constitution with the school administration to seek approval. Share with interested students and create a steering committee having membership across classes. Develop a work plan, action plan of at least 1 year and make it available to all members. Dissolve the steering committee and elect official to run the club. Have a regular meeting with clear agenda for your meetings. Keep club records, minutes, reports, photos, etc. Have activities running at any one time. Be relevant to the world. Align your program to the SDGs. Let all members remain active, work as a team, be supportive, mobilize your key project outputs through the internet, YouTube. Look out for opportunities for project exhibition, competitions, and so on. So when you start up a club, in most cases, a club has to also have funding, like those people who are committed, who have come together, the learners have to always pay some money towards to enable the club to perform some certain activities like going out for a tour, going for a study tour as a club. Now, like an ICT club, they can always be contributing some money so that they can maintain the club to remain running. Next slide. Some suggested club activities. Now, here we have suggested club activities for primary schools and for secondary schools. Touch typing. You can use touch typing or typing master. Drawing and design can make the learners to draw. Algorithm development with Scratch and microbit. Now, Scratch, it is simple programming. It's a drag and drop for the young children. Then blogging, writing articles and publishing online. Blogging, they can write blogs on a WordPress blogs, and they can publish them online. Presentation skills, collaboration skills. They can also learn them when they are presenting those above. And for the secondary schools, lab care and maintenance, because in most cases, the lab has always rules and regulations. Then programming with Scratch and MIT app, Inventor, PHP, JavaScript, Python. So in secondary, it is a little advanced because for them they're slightly mature and they know some programming. Then web design with HTML, WordPress, it is also done. Creating and publishing project videos, even for other school clubs or a new curriculum. They can record the videos using their phones or their tablets, and then they can publish them on YouTube. Can also be an activity. Desktop publishing fundamentals. Then robotics. They can make something now, like in science fair, learners usually make some robots. Next slide. Now here we are going to discuss what you need. A computer lab, which serves as the home for the club, equipped with a lab kit for repair. Then the second one is a smartphone, tablet with a good camera for recording project videos. For recording the project videos and access to a laptop which can connect to Wi-Fi. I think the members who have questions, I'm going to answer them before the hands-on, before the practical section. Then the fourth need is software tools, e.g. Scratch, MIT App Inventor, Microbit, other programming and web design. Graphics, video editing, software, general systems and application software, etc. Time on the school timetable. Then a supportive school administrator, a mentor or a facilitator. Now this mentor is the one to guide the learners and also the administrator on what to have and how to also, he also guides them on how to install those softwares on the laptops. You can also check the Sharebility test resource list for vital software tutorials and content for downloads from shareability.net/softwares. Now on shareability.net/softwares, it has different softwares. You can go there and download in case you need any for your school project. Next slide. Now there we have a case study. UCC ICT Uganda website has stories of activities for several ICT clubs countrywide. So for UCC ICT clubs, it has pushed for ICT clubs in secondary schools. Let me say in all the regions, like a school which has the UCC, which UCC gave computers. It has also promoted or it has also facilitated Kawa Uganda to go and initiate ICT clubs in those schools, and even every year they can have competitions. So it has pushed for it mostly in those schools which UCC gave computers. Next slide. Now here we have the national and international opportunities for ICT clubs. We have Technovation Girls. Then we have NITA Uganda, National Science Week, MTN Innovation Award. Then we have S6 Vacation Code Camp, Hawaii ICT Competition 2024, 2023, 2024 Club Final. So those are the opportunities for the ICT club. In case you engage in them, there is Africa Code Challenge, Google Code In, Fast Test Challenge, Google Girl Hackathon. Then there is website project competition. It also engages the ICT clubs. The ICT club can design a website, then it goes and it pitches, it shows its website in the website project competition, then it can also win some money. Then also EduTech exhibition. EduTech Uganda is also going to have a challenge this year. So the ICT clubs will be welcomed to also participate. So those, even the Science Teachers Union has a call for projects. So ICT clubs has very many opportunities if we engage into it. Provided we push for it, then we can also be recognized as schools, and we can also move and interact with new students and teachers. Next slide. we have reached the conclusion. So no school is an island. Collaboration with the external partners can accelerate digital transformation by providing skills, tools, mentorship, visibility, and finding opportunities. Today's sharing on supporting EduTech integration and innovation on the side of the learners and the teachers is part of the KMC's EduTech Success Framework by Sharebility Uganda. So today we are concentrating on these last two, clubs and competitions, and the competency and the community. So in the clubs and competitions, it also caters for opportunities for students to explore, create, and innovate beyond classwork and exhibit their projects. Then in the competence and community, ICT skills and supportive community for teachers, mentors, patterns, and service providers. EdTech course. So today we have reached the end of the unit of supporting EdTech integration and innovation. The next unit will be managing ICT infrastructure and resources. We have some questions. We have Alson has been having a question here. I think you can ask your question before we go into practicals. Alson, please ask your question. I think Alson is not there. Let us continue with the practical.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for going through the presentation on EduTech integration and innovation supporting. So members, what we wanted to demonstrate here are a few things. One, on the side of the teachers, we've talked about, like this module is looking at building capacity for our teachers and also our learners. The teachers, we build the capacity by trainings and also by a culture in the school. So the trainings, we need to do them. And the culture, we need to put in place things that are going to make these teachers to integrate. So I'm going to demonstrate something small here. One, on the side of the trainings, as Sharebility, we have been doing a lot of trainings. Here I'm sharing some training programs. You may be there when you are trying to say, how can I do trainings for my teachers? So here, I'm sharing some training that we had. This was 2020. Now, this school is a secondary school, that side of Kachiri. But during their first term holiday, the holiday before the term opens, this was January. After New Year, by 6th January, the school organized the training for a whole week. From 6th to 17th, actually it was 2 weeks. So the school, you see, sometimes we do a training for a day. You bring a facilitator and then he pumps teachers from 8 to 5 and you think they are going to learn. Of course, they can learn, but mainly that's such trainings are inspirational. So if you are really serious about improving the skill set of your teachers, some of these teachers are digital immigrants. You can organize even a whole week training, facilitate lunch, and the teachers come. Then you first pay a facilitator. As Sharebility, we are available, but there are many other facilitators you can always get. So train the teachers. So here, this workshop was having in the morning on day one, we had the ICT awareness, digital. These are theoretical, like introducing the session. Then the second day, we talked about digital literacy for teachers, from file management, Windows environment. This is now using a mouse, using a keyboard, using Windows, because some of our teachers, maybe they have got laptops, but they don't know how to use these things. Editing Microsoft Word, typing schemes of work, exams, drawings. We had this. And then we had recording marks using Excel. We went into Excel. The next day we went to do PowerPoint. So you find that we have a whole day on a PowerPoint, and teachers are able to share their presentations they have done in the evening. Then we went into internet. We looked at internet. How do you use internet? How do you search for reliable information? Then we went into online tools for teachers like Google Suite, Kahoot, Hot Potato, digital libraries like Rachel Britannica. All these, we explored all of these. And this is what we managed to do within 2 weeks. But like you see in our EduTech course, we have covered many things. So you can have a tailored training. Look at what do your teachers need, and then plan a training. It can be a 2-day training, it can be a 1-day if that's what you can manage, but let it be a culture. There's another training we had. This was 5 days. This was by Edify Uganda, facilitated us to train schools in Jinja. So this was 5 days. Day one, we looked at welcome remarks, the software as needed. Then we looked at internet. The second day, we looked at file management. Then the third day, we looked at presentations. The next day, we looked at e-learning. And we have finalized with e-learning. So we're looking at that. Then there's another training that we had here. This one was in UTC Chema. They invited us. So this one was 3 days, 2 days actually. This was 2 days. So we looked at digital pedagogy and e-learning, instructional materials, internet and email. This was 1 day, so we're only having this in just 1 hour. Then in the afternoon, we looked at creating videos, Google Tools, Google Drive collaboration skills. Then the second day, this was in Masindi. We looked at Google Classroom. We looked at Zoom, YouTube, and so this was a 2-day training. So depending on your resources and the time you are having, you can have a 2-day training. Then we have also had 1-day trainings, like these ones that we're having as integration workshops 2024. And here we have been looking at 4 things. We looked at IC integration in the new curriculum, that is pedagogy. How do we get learners to research, and how do we facilitate them to use digital libraries and whatever in the classroom? ICT integration. How do we use our phones and mobile software tools, internet? Then we also looked at report cards using Excel. So these ones here, we were doing them and calling various teachers in one place. So in today's session, we have looked at supporting ICT integration. One, there must be consistent trainings on the side organized by the school. Now, the other second thing that we are going to talk about is the clubs. And also, I'm going to demonstrate something here. But maybe before I demonstrate something from the clubs, now the clubs we are looking at which innovation learners are able to do. I want to ask some members here. You want to say any comment from what we have been sharing. Madam Claudia, I know you have been organizing many trainings in Luero site. And I think there are even some workshops coming up. So by doing those trainings, you are actually supporting us integration, because the teachers will be empowered so that they can integrate. On the side of the teachers, how are we performing? In our school, are we having trainings? Mr. Dennis Kruger, I remember you invited us. What is your policy at your school regarding trainings? Maybe you can say something there, Mr. Dennis.
Well, thank you very much, Director. Ideally, school has always had invitations from the external facilitators, but also empowered the ICT department to share with the staff. So normally there is organization enforced from the administration. Date is set, the ICT department is involved, and then appropriate facilitator identified is invited to share with the team. So it normally spans during the holiday, but the practical one has always been direct day-to-day invitations, like different teachers have constant requests from the ICT department to learning something or maybe to supporting them in classroom. So that is derived from the willingness from the colleagues at the school. And then above all, the last is the school has also leveraged good implementation by at least offering some assistance through giving tools required. The teachers can sign the projector, but though not yet adequate. But for us as the ICT department, we've tried to offer good leadership to see that there is good use and probably schedule alongside followed. So briefly, I think that's what I submit at school level. I believe it starts with the teachers, the willingness, the administrators to offer resources, but also a spirit by giving, approving dates, providing lunch like you articulated, and willingness to provide resources. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Ogisha, for sharing. Other members, please. There are some people who are telling me ICT departments, hey, ICT is no longer compulsory. Please just know, if you're an ICT teacher, that your role is also to ensure that you train other teachers. So make sure that always, every time, you, as a ICT department, when you're making your report to the head teacher, always send in a proposal for staff training during the holiday or during the weekends. Let it be your role as ICT or EduTech patron. Every term, every holiday, there should be some training, because the ICT is always here and you can't teach things in one day. At least once in a year, maybe one of the holidays, either first term holiday or second term holiday. Always have a staff training on ground so that new teachers are oriented and new tools are explored. AI has come, organize a training about it. There's a new digital library, organize a training, let teachers learn, and also set up an ICT corner. Madam Claudia, can you share with us some experience?
Oops. Okay, good evening, members. Thank you so far for all facilitators. It was interesting. Now, we have done different trainings in different schools. Yeah, as you shared with us, Rogers, we did complete days, or sometimes going 5 weeks to a school to do 2.5-hour sessions, different things. And what we learned, that we always have, for sure, different knowledge of teachers. Some are still maybe beginners, and they will not really open up during these one-day sessions. So for them, we really realized that we have to invite them to the ICT lab during the week, that they even find the ICT teacher there, maybe sitting with them for a little while. They will join in the big thing, but still they need more private help, and it's a little bit hard for them to be together in a group like 20 and then to say, oh, me, I'm still a beginner. So therefore, sometimes we have to encourage them that they really can come all the time to the ICT lab. They will find an ICT teacher, and side by side, they can start to learn. Yeah, and honestly, I agree. We have to at least term 1, term 2, always at the beginning is best time. The first week is not so busy. They have to offer something. There's always something new, and I think we should do that really as a culture. We already started it for our ICT teachers, but I think we really have to encourage the ICT teachers that they do in their own schools the same. Yeah, that is what I can share. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Claudia. Now, members, I'm also going to share about on the side of the learners. So in this unit, we are looking at on the side of the teachers and on the side of the learners. On the side of the learners, in our presentation, we talked about various, first of all, competitions that are happening, coding, and different STEM projects, ICT projects, very many. So you don't have an excuse for not engaging your learners. Learners don't need only new curriculum, learners need to be exposed. And we have also highlighted a few of the activities, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, I want to share with you about a few of them. Now, we have this one called touch typing. Touch typing is very important. I have a demo here. This software is available on sharebility.net on our website, sharebility.net/software. You can be able to go there and download Typing Master. Typing Master is a very good software which you can install on the computers of the learners. And the learners can be able to learn touch typing. Touch typing in the 21st century is like learning the alphabet. Some jobs these days, even when you have masters and whatever, when you don't have good typing speed, you don't get the job. Because some of them require a lot of data and typing and what. And so there are several lessons here from the home row where learners can be able to place their hands and be able to learn and be able to learn and be able to place their fingers on the keyboard and then be able to type. So if I'm to ask how many of us here can type without looking at the keyboard, okay? So how many can type without typing at the keyboard? That is a skill that we need to learn. Now, because of time, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you can be able to ensure that your learners, the club, whenever they meet, at least they type for 5 minutes, type without looking at the keyboard. Let them cram the QWERTY keyboard. And one of the competitions coming up, the Edify is planning an EduTech competition. Just like we have a spelling competition, we are going to have typing competition. And if your learners are to win, they need to have good typing speed in terms of words per minute. So go download the software. There is another one called Mavis Beacon. Mavis Beacon as well. Let me also share about Mavis Beacon. So Mavis Beacon is also another software that you can have and engage your learners with so that they are able to learn accordingly. So Mavis Beacon is another one. Mavis. We also had put up a Sharebility typing test online on our website, but it's right now a bit off. But we shall be sharing again online about it. So Mavis Beacon, the graphics drivers are a bit hard, so it is failing to load here. On my machine, I can see only the mouse, and the other one is failing to load. Yeah, but it is also another tool that you can be able to try out and use. I wanted to demonstrate it, but it seems it is misbehaving. So let me first stop it. Yeah, so let me get someone here. What is your typing speed typing, Mr. Emodo? What is your typing speed words per minute? Have you ever bothered to check? Mr. Musinguzi Isaac. Now let me enable people to be able to unmute. We are about to finish. I need to get people to be able to share. I think people are unable to unmute. Okay. People should be able to unmute. Yeah, so I was challenging you. About so members, you should be able to unmute now. I was asking Mr. Musinguzi and Mr. Emorut, what is your typing speed, words per minute? Okay. Mr. Emorut, are you able to unmute? Okay. 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 So members, what I was telling you, I was asking that question. That question is not only to Mr. Emorut and Mr. Musinguzi, but all of us. Especially the teachers. Please be the first to challenge those learners. If those learners see that you are really good at typing, they will be inspired to. For me, sometimes I try to challenge those kids. I try to type when I'm not looking there, and then they are very, very excited. So it is something that we should be able to do. Now, the other thing that we talked about in the slides, we have apps. When your kids go for these competitions and they have an app, I can see Claudia has 120 characters per minute, and then the Bishop's Girls School says 30 words per minute. That is nice. Okay, so I'm on the YouTube channel for Gaza High School, one of the schools that has been doing a lot of apps, as you can see here. So it is very fashionable if you have an app and it has been done by your school. For example, there's this one here called Team A List, this one Tiger Video. So these apps are done for solving a given problem. And okay, so I'm going to show you here. Let me just show you this app, what this.
So when we hit the sign in button, it takes us to our screen 3 where you have to log in. Yeah. And when you press next, it brings you to our screen 5 where you have marine life. Basically here we teach you about the different marine species other than fish. Yeah. Then we teach you the extinct species. Then marine debris. Here we show you the different things that are deposited in the oceans and how they are harmful to the fish and how to prevent it. So when we come to my environment, we have plants and animals. So when we go to plants, we show you the different species of plants. And when on our screen 14, when you press the next button, we show you how plants, especially forests, are degraded, why they are degraded, and the effect of their degradation. Lastly,
Okay. So you can see that was a simple app the kids were able to do, the students in their ICT club. They have several apps that they have done. And if there is a competition, Technovation, there is what, and then for you have an app, really, people will be excited because an app is a product and they can install it on their phones. So programming is not easy to do such an app, but there are tools. One of them is called MIT App Inventor. When you search on Google and find the tutorial, for example, we have a channel, MIT App Inventor. This is the one that Gaya's High School uses to create such apps. And you can easily create an app using this particular.
Go to Google.
So when you go to Google and you search for MIT App Inventor, you'll be able to find where there is create app, and then you can be able to sign in with your email. So you sign in with your email, and you are able to log in. Now, when you log in, there is somewhere where you click where there is start new project. And there it will ask you for a project name, and then you put there your project name that you want. And then it brings like something like a phone, a simulator. And when you are there in the simulator, you are able to, or you can also visit code.appinventor.mit.edu. It will take you directly. And there you can go and start designing the interface. Now, you saw the video, Gayaza. They were able to design their interface, different buttons, and there's a clear walkthrough through the project, how they are solving this. So it is as simple as dragging and dropping. You can drag the images, the buttons. So you're doing this through the browser. So children can learn MIT App Inventor videos that are there on YouTube. You can be able to use the various elements here that you want to use. After you've designed your interface, you can go ahead and program it based on what you want. So here they were just exploring the interface. So here they put some button here, which they are going to code. Now, to code, you go in the corner, click on blocks in the right corner, and then you are able to enter the block interface. Now, this block interface is similar to Scratch. Those of you who have ever programmed with Scratch, this is block-based programming, whereby you can be able to have the control blocks, we have the logic blocks, we have the mathematics blocks. So you can be able to put logic in your program. We have the lists, dictionaries, variables, all these things. Believe me, if you take some time and learn this and introduce it to your learners will do much more. You can do amazing apps with MIT App Inventor, and the programming is child-friendly. When learners learn this kind of programming, it will be easier for them to learn the Python, the Visual Basic, the JavaScript, and everything, because the concepts are the same. And they are able to have, now this is a do-while loop, which is available in all programming languages. So want to encourage the EduTech patrons, please get interested in MIT App Inventor, and you can introduce it to your learners. In the competitions that we are going to be having, and Edify, this is one of the things we shall be emphasizing on. And also there are competitions happening for apps too, that is Teachers Union, ICT is among. You can do a project, an app with this, and then you submit your project. And you will be able, we shall have prizes and awards, in addition to many other challenges that we saw in the slides for the learners. So at the end of the day, after you have done your logic, you can be able to compile the app and see how the app is working. So you can be able to download what called a companion app on the phone that can help you to test the apps and do whatever. So you can be able to scan. If you're using, you're having an Apple phone, you can still get that app and use it. And you can scan the QR, connect to test your app. This helps you to test the app before deploying it as a real APK. So here you can be able to click on connect and have your app somewhere there, connect, AI companion. And then the QR code comes, you can be able to scan it, and then you'll be able to have your app. The code is on the cloud, but you'll be able to see how the app is working on the phone to test your phone. So you can see now, you can be able to tap your app the way you design. You designed it whereby whenever you tap the button, it displays a number based on the mathematics logic behind it. And then after that, when you have tested your app and you think that is good enough, you can go ahead and build the app and get what we call the APK. The APK is now the standalone app that you are going to install on your phone and upload on your website or upload on Play Store so that the rest of the world can use your app. And you can be able to have that and get your app running. MIT App Inventor is really simple. We are not going to have those other things of debugging this code, terminating here. There is also, if you want to download your code, maybe to send it to another person, you download what we call the IIA file, .iai, file. That one is, you can upload, that is now the code. You can import it somewhere else. You can save it as a file, and then you can also import it. Like you can do a project and send to your friend, and your friend can import it. And you can also collaborate on the project. So members, that is, I wanted to just save time. So you can try MIT App Inventor. There is also Scratch for the young ones. Scratch for it will just introduce them to the logic, but they may not compile the app. But MIT App Inventor uses a similar logic. Now this is Scratch, the online version, where I can be able to also have my everything that I need. And then I can say, okay, when I've clicked that thing, I can have my control, maybe repeat it. And then I go ahead and say move 10 steps. And then after that, I rotate. Okay, so when I click on this, the thing will be able to move 10 steps and then rotate. So like that. So moves 10 steps and rotates. So I can program this thing to also do amazing things. And there are very many projects. Even I can do a snake game. I can do any game that I want. I can be able to change if I don't want the cat. I can change the backdrop. It's known as, is it called? There's a backdrop. There's also what you call a sprite. The sprite is this animal here, which is what I'm looking at here. So I really encourage. So I want to delete the sprite. Yes. So we have some videos on YouTube. Madame Nora Betse created some videos that you go to. If you search for Nora Betse, Scratch. You search for Nora Betse Scratch, you'll be able to get some videos on YouTube, which were being done by Madame Nora Betse. I hope she can resume doing some more videos. And there are so many other videos there.
You're welcome.
To use that she was doing, teaching Scratch, what value
So
to add, and everything. There are several videos there in the playlist. Yeah, so because of time, I'm not going to more, but this thing is good and can be able to teach learner programming concepts, and then they can be able to use those concepts to come up with innovations. So the children in primary can start with Scratch before they can proceed to MIT App Inventor to create the apps. But Scratch can teach them the foundational programming. Okay, so that is what we could demonstrate for now. As I conclude, we have come up with an ICT policy. This ICT policy guides schools on, this is a complete ICT policy we have come up with. This is the last thing I'm sharing about. This ICT policy, we called it Sharebility Academy ICT policy. This is just a sample ICT policy. This ICT policy guides everything that we've talked about. It guides the culture bit as well, which we have been talking about today. So it has several sections, objectives of the policy. It is a very long, it is a document, but it is comprehensive. It has 12 areas And one of the areas is capacity development skills for staff and learners innovation clubs, which is what we have been talking about today. And that is under chapter 7. But there's a policy on other things, procurement of devices, bring your own device policy, inventory management, maintenance and repair, digital safety for learners, special needs, roles and responsibilities. So we have several policies here, but one of them under chapter 7, where we're talking about, I think it is chapter 7, yeah, where we are having a staff capacity building. So when you are doing your ICT policy, please come up with a policy saying that your school shall organize at least one ICT training workshop per term or per holiday for teachers. And the staff should undergo orientation program before they assume duties. And they should be able to know the terms and the policy of the school, the digital safety guidelines, the procedure for platforms and the e-learning platforms and everything, how to use projector, how to use all the content creation. They are able to create their own schemes of work, engage in peer mentorship and departmental training. So this is a policy. As a school, you can come up with a policy as part of your ICT policy. Then when it comes to the student side, you also say that you are going to have an ICT club, which is going to operate under a constitution, and this constitution, and they will participate in exhibitions, competitions, hackathons to promote innovation. So, Mr. Samuel Chizito, your mic was unmuted. So we have documented this and what the parents should be able to do, how they are supposed to support. If you don't have enough devices, you can encourage bring your own device so that learners bring some additional devices. And in the policy under the appendix, we have put there a sample ICT club constitution. The ICT club constitution is the guiding document to guide the club. From the vision of the club, what is the vision of the club? You can craft your own vision, the mission of the club, the objectives and goals of the club, they are documented. The membership, who are going to be the members. Is it a primary school? Is it? The learners should be able to freely become members of the club. But the club is not the whole school. Those who are interested, just like we have other clubs like entrepreneurship, like environment club, not all learners are in all those clubs. Learners can be a belonging, and learners can even pay some little membership fee from their pocket money. These days, parents are rich. They give children 200,000 for pocket money. So 5,000, which is just 5 sodas, cannot hurt. This learner is managed by themselves so that they learn how to manage an organization because they have the treasurer, they have all those people. This little money can be kept with a bursa so that in case they need cables to terminate or they need a colored printer, they can buy their own so that they can learn with it, they can print whatever they need. So the club needs to have an ICT day where they exhibit what they are doing to the rest of the school. And then they should be having a day to meet, like to meet the timetable. Time is important. You can say every Saturday from 2. As other learners are watching entertainment, the ICT club will be meeting, or during sports time or whatever co-curricular time, they can also be meeting. You can get at least an hour a week so that learners can be able to learn all those things. Then they should have elections. They have their president, their vice, their roles and responsibilities are in this sample ICT club that we have provided. The club secretary, the treasurer, all these people here, what their role is. And then elections, when are they supposed to be? And then amendments to the constitution. So when you adopt and make a real constitution and have learners elected, the leadership, and then have time, and then have activities, give them resources, tell them there is a competition coming. These learners, give them time, give them access to the lab. Let them help in cleaning the lab. Some schools you go and you find the computer lab is too dirty. So you find that that is not good. So here among the objectives, we have cleaning the lab as one of the objectives. Make sure that the lab is clean and they are able to help. A sense of ownership, taking part in the maintenance of the equipment in the lab. So this is part and parcel of a broader school ICT policy that we have provided. In case you want to download it, please simply head to our website, sharebility.org, and you'll be able to find the latest downloads. You'll get a complete ICT policy to guide acquisition of ICTs, to guide use of ICTs, maintenance of ICTs, to guide capacity building, to guide culture, the school. So we have to guide safety of ICTs. So you go to sharebility.org, you download the latest one, ICT policy sample, and then use it to discuss with your school and make your own ICT policy. So it is here so far, 88 people have downloaded it. Yeah. So basically, that is what we have had today. And the one who has been demonstrating most of the things here. But we have a lot of members in the back end ready to support education technology. So unless if there is anyone who wants to say something, I'm going to invite someone to give us a closing prayer. If you have any anything that you have learned for today, you can be able to tell us. Then we conclude our session on supporting technology on the side of the teachers and on the side of the learners. Madam Nora, do you have to say final words to the members who have attended your session?
Thanks, members, for attending today. We are really grateful as Sharebility family. Meet you again next week. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Madam Claudia, I see you have learned something today. You are saying you are going to try out MIT App Inventor. Thank you very much. Do we have someone who is ready to give us a closing prayer? We have Christine. Christine, able to give us a closing prayer? Rachel?
Yes, please. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for making us to come to the end of this session. We thank you for whatever we've shared. Let it be for the good of transforming and making a better community and making a change in ICT as a whole. I pray this in the mighty Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, members, and have a nice evening. Bye. See you next week, same time.